There's a moment every R&B lover dreads when the voice that raised you, that carried you through heartbreak and joy, starts to show the weight of time, and you're not sure if you're witnessing a legend's humanity or the beginning of goodbye. That feeling sits heavy in your chest when the high note cracks, when the run falters, when the backup singer steps forward to carry what once soared effortlessly. At number 3, the performance that made even her band look away. But first, we need to talk about when love becomes something harder to witness.
You're afraid of what you feel. You're still.
Number 10, Stephanie Mills.
I wish I was back there with the thing.
67 years old and still carrying that voice that made Dorothy fly home in The Wiz.
Makes it all clean.
The woman who gave us 5 #1 R&B hits, who owned the 80s with runs that felt like gravity didn't apply, still takes stages across America and brings crowds to their feet. When she opens her mouth during Home, you hear the decades, 5 of them, poured into every note, and the audience doesn't just applaud, they rise, because this is Stephanie Mills, and she's still Stephanie Mills. But in a May 2024 performance at Maryland's MGM Grand, something shifted in the room when she reached for those classic high notes and the vocal riffs that used to define her sound. And they didn't arrive the way memory promised they would. The power was there, the presence undeniable, but the effortless gymnastics had become effort. She closed strong. The audience loved her anyway, because love doesn't require perfection, but it does require honesty. And the honest question hanging in that theater was whether we were celebrating the voice or the memory of it. Number 9, Anita Baker.
Don't know what to do, 'cause all of me wants all of
66, and still possessing one of the most distinctive altos in music history, the woman who made Quiet Storm an art form returned in 2023 for what she called a farewell tour. An arena sold out in minutes because when Anita Baker says she's saying goodbye, you show up.
living for what wasn't mine, and then came the day.
Her voice, that sultry, sophisticated instrument that made Sweet Love feel like silk, still wraps around melodies with the kind of intimacy that makes strangers in an audience feel seen. Concert reviews from her 2023 and 2024 shows described her performances as flawless. Her 3-octave range still intact, her stage presence magnetic. But then came May 2024, and an Atlanta show canceled 6 minutes before showtime due to unforeseen circumstances. And since that night, Anita Baker has not been seen publicly, has not posted, has not explained. 6 months of silence from a woman who owed no one an explanation, but whose absence feels louder than any performance. The voice may still be there somewhere, but if a legend sings and no one can hear her, does it matter how good she sounds? Finding this helpful? Tap subscribe and tell us, where's the line between respect and privacy and need enclosure? Real talk. Only 9% of you watching this are actually subscribed. That hurts a little, not gonna lie. We spend hours digging through archives, fact-checking every detail, bringing these stories back to life because this music deserves to be remembered. And you're here because you care about that too. So If these videos mean something to you, if you've ever said, damn, I didn't know that, or felt something while watching, just hit subscribe. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and it tells YouTube to show this to more people who love this music like we do. Let's build this together. All right, back to the story. Number 8, Diana Ross. 80 years old and still the queen of Motown, still selling out venues, still draping herself in gowns that cost more than most cars, still demanding that you remember who built this. Diana Ross has been performing for over 6 decades, and in 2024 and 2025, she's still out there, still giving audiences exactly what they came for. Glamour, nostalgia, and that voice that made the Supremes the most successful female group in history. But here's what the set lists don't tell you. Most songs aren't performed in full anymore. Medleys have replaced complete performances. Ain't No Mountain High Enough bleeds into Theme from Mahogany before either song finishes. And what used to be 2-hour spectacles now run 75 minutes, and even in that condensed window, Ross vamps on choruses while her backup singers carry verses. A 2014 review noted that at 70, her voice was more powerful than ever, but 10 years later, the songs have gotten shorter and the band has gotten louder. To be without the sensible things, so afraid my friends would see the... She's still Miss Ross, still magnificent, still worthy of every standing ovation she receives. The pain of waiting will only end up hating the child we... But the woman on stage in 2025 is performing a different kind of magic than the one who stopped traffic in 1970, and pretending otherwise doesn't honor either version. Number 7, Deniece Williams. 74 years old with a 4-octave range that once made the New York Times write that her soprano soared effortlessly to E-flat above high C. The songbird who gave us Let's Hear It for the Boy and backed Stevie Wonder during his imperial phase still releases music, still performs, still engages with 200,000 followers on social media about her legacy. And by all accounts, that legendary range is still there. Recent bios and promotional materials describe her voice as a spectacular 4-octave range in present tense. And she released new music as recently as 2021. But here's the question no one's asking. Whisper. If the voice is still that extraordinary, why aren't the shows? Williams performs occasionally, appears at tributes and special events, but the rigorous touring schedule, the 6 nights a week residencies, the performances that once defined her career, those have faded. The instrument may be intact, but the will to use it at the level her legacy demands seems to have quieted. And maybe that's wisdom. Maybe knowing when to step back is its own kind of artistry. Or maybe we're watching a legend choose memory over reality, and we're too polite to say so. Number 6, Toni Braxton. 57 years old and still possessing that signature husky contralto that made Unbreak My Heart the biggest ballad of the 90s. Nothing that you were talking kind of cocky like you had it going on. Still beautiful, still relevant, still capable of stopping a room when she chooses to sing. But here's what Braxton herself told the world in 2023. She can still sing, but she'll never be able to do 5 to 7 day a week performances again. Lupus, the autoimmune disease she was diagnosed with in 2008, has attacked her kidneys, her heart, her very ability to sustain the career that made her a legend. She's had surgery to prevent a massive heart attack, spent years hiding her condition because the industry told her 6 celebrities don't get insured. And now she performs one-offs, special appearances, moments instead of marathons. 7 days a week. Yeah. Old concert reviews from her Las Vegas residency are brutal. Audiences complain she barely sang, that she mumbled into the microphone, that the show was more spectacle than performance. She's fought back since then, regained strength, sounds better now than she did a decade ago. How can we go home? But the Toni Braxton touring machine is gone, replaced by a woman managing chronic illness while trying to preserve what's left of the voice that defined a generation.
Ooh, you had to be tough. You told your friends you had me wrapped around.
Do you celebrate the survival or mourn the loss? You might disagree with this placement. Tell us where she belongs. Tap subscribe and drop your top 3 so far. Number 5, Dionne Warwick. 84 years old and still Dionne Warwick, which means still elegant, still sharp-tongued on social media, still capable of commanding a stage through sheer force of legend. The woman who gave Burt Bacharach and Hal David their greatest interpreter, who recorded 75 charted hit songs, who became the soundtrack to sophistication itself, announced a farewell tour years ago and then kept touring because Dionne Warwick does what Dionne Warwick wants. But her current shows, billed as Don't Make Me Over and Evening with Dionne Warwick, are structured around conversation more than singing. Recent audience reviews describe 3-hour events where she sings 4 to 8 songs total, the rest filled with stories, video clips, and interviews with her sons. One Liverpool attendee in April 2025 wrote bluntly, "She hasn't got the vocal strength now." Another noted her voice was not quite as strong as it used to be, but it was tremendous to hear her sing again. There's love in those words, and grief, and the uncomfortable truth that we're paying to watch a legend talk about being a legend because the act of being one has become too costly. Warwick deserves to perform as long as she chooses, but does choosing to perform mean we're obligated to call it what it was? Number 4, Chaka Khan.
You tell me you're gonna play it smart.
71 years old, 10-time Grammy winner, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, the Queen of Funk with a voice so powerful that Miles Davis once said, "She sings like my horn." Chaka Khan's 2024 performances were met with rapturous reviews. A June concert in London was described as melodic and powerful. Her voice at 71 still capable of stopping a show. I need you so I'm ready to go. But pull back 6 years to 2018 and a Minnesota concert review tells a different story. Pitchy, lacked character, no upper register, with backup singers so exceptional, they highlighted what Khan was missing.
Down to the wire, even through
The truth about Chaka Khan in 2025 is that she's unpredictable. Some nights she's transcendent, other nights she disappears mid-show for 20 minutes and returns diminished, and audiences never know which version will appear.
and something in me new.
Her performances are shorter now, her set list leaner, her reliance on her band and backup singers heavier. She's still Chaka, still a force, still capable of brilliance. But brilliance has become occasional instead of inevitable, and that shift from certainty to maybe is its own kind of ending.
That we've only just begun.
Number 3, Stephanie Mills. Wait, we covered her. Let me recalibrate. Number 3, Patti LaBelle.
You, I see you.
80 years old and still called the godmother of soul, still selling out theaters, still kicking off her heels mid-performance, and working a stage like Gravity is a suggestion.
Needed to be free. You.
Patti LaBelle's 2024 tour, including performances at the Democratic National Convention and sold-out dates through November, proves she still commands audiences, still hits notes that would humble singers half her age, still possesses that dramatic soprano that made Lady Marmalade a cultural earthquake. Reviews consistently note her voice remains strong, her energy infectious, her ability to connect with audiences unmatched. But here's what's also true. Her shows have shortened, her reliance on background vocalists has increased, and that legendary upper register, the belted high notes that used to punctuate every performance, now appears more sparingly, saved for key moments rather than deployed throughout. She's 80 years old and still phenomenal, which is a miracle. But phenomenal at 80 is a different phenomenal than phenomenal at 40. And the question isn't whether she can still perform, it's whether we're celebrating the performance or the endurance. Are we getting our top 3 picks yet? Drop them below. Number 2, Gladys Knight. 81 years old, still the Empress of Soul, still touring on the Queen's Tour alongside Patti, Chaka, and Stephanie Mills, still receiving standing ovations and selling out arenas. Gladys Knight's voice, that warm, textured alto described as sand and honey, remains instantly recognizable, and 2024 and 2025 reviews confirm she still sounds amazing, still connects with audiences, still delivers the hits that made her a legend. But a December 2024 review from a Connecticut show revealed something uncomfortable. Knight now only sings parts of songs. Her 3 backup singers carry verses, handle runs, complete phrases while Gladys vamps on choruses, and by the time That's What Friends Are For arrives near the end of the set, the backup singer performs most of it while Gladys smiles and waves. Her shows run just under an hour now, condensed from the 90-minute spectacles she once delivered. The voice hasn't disappeared. It's been redistributed, spread across 4 people instead of 1. And what you're witnessing isn't Gladys Knight performing so much as Gladys Knight presiding. And maybe that's enough. Maybe her presence alone justifies the ticket price. Or maybe we're watching a legend who loves performing too much to stop, even when stopping might be the most loving thing she could do for herself and for us. Number 1, The Hardest Truth. Here's what no one wants to say. These women don't owe us retirement. They've given us soundtracks to our lives, carried us through decades, earned the right to perform until they choose otherwise. But love isn't just showing up and applauding. It's also knowing when to say, you've done enough. It's recognizing that watching someone struggle to reach notes that used to soar doesn't honor their legacy, it diminishes it. It's understanding that every shortened set list, every backup singer carrying a verse, every canceled show, every night where the voice wavers is another memory, replacing the ones that made them legends. The question isn't, should they retire? It's, what are we asking them to prove by staying? That they still love us, that they're still worthy, that time doesn't apply to icons, because time applies to everyone, and the cruelest thing we can do to the women who soundtracked our youth is demand they sacrifice their dignity to our nostalgia. Maybe retirement isn't giving up. Maybe it's the final gift, choosing to be remembered for the magic instead of the struggle.